What's up, family? Man, I want to have a heart-to-heart with you guys this morning. Um, be careful who you talk to. You know what I mean? Be careful how you treat people. You got to be careful how you treat people because you have no idea who they are. You have no idea of their ability. You have no idea of their gift. You have no idea of their connection with God's source universe. You know what I mean? And so often we look at people and we judge people and we put people in a box or in a category based on our limited knowledge of who we think they are or who we think or what somebody's told us about them. You know what I mean? And so based on that limited information, we'll put somebody in a category and say that's all you are. You ain't shit, you're this, da 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 da, and never knowing whether that's a lie or whatever the case may be. This is what we do for the great majority of us. Years ago, I was in a relationship with a young lady. She left the relationship, and back in the 90s. And I had a dream that I saw her at a mall, and life moved on. I was with somebody else, and I had my two other kids. And I saw her in the mall, and she looked jacked up, messed up. She looked like Pookie from New Jack City, drug addict, crusty ass lips, hair fucked up, and just all over the place. And I was like, what the you know what I mean? Because I've never seen her look like that. Beautiful young lady. And so the young lady I was with, she was like, you all right? And I was like, I know that young lady. And she looked at me like, how you know her? You know what I mean? Because she looked like a drug addict, like a crackhead, you know what I mean? And I said, hold on. And I gave her some change, and it was like Orange Julius right there. And I said, go get the kids a pretzel or something to drink. I said, I'm gonna talk to her for a second. So I ran up behind her, and I called her name, and she turned, and she looked at me, and the tears began to run down her face. And I said, can I give you a hug? And I reached down and I hugged her. I said, what's wrong? What happened? And the tears just... And she started talking about how her grandmother had a triple bypass heart procedure and how she died. How her mom had an asthma attack and was in a hospital. And I'm like, oh snap, you know what I mean? And the dream ended. A few days later, and I couldn't say anything to anybody, but a few days later, this young lady called me. I was at home, and she told me that her grandmother had a massive heart attack. And they were rushing her to the hospital, and they're gonna do a triple bypass heart procedure on her. She was flying out of LA, that's where we're at, and she was going back home to Virginia. I said, all right, well, let me know when you get there. That Friday, I'm at work. I have my office all by myself. And I had the lights off for some reason. I'm sitting there in the summertime. And it's 1:11. And the hairs on my arm stood up. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. And it's like, whoa, just got this chill from the crown of my head to the sole of my feet. And I didn't quite understand what it was, but I knew it was something significant. Went home. That evening, the young lady called me, and so I asked her, hey, so did you make it back to Virginia? How's your grandmother? She said she didn't make it back. I said, why? What happened? And she told me that her grandmother passed away, during the surgery. And I was like, wow. And I asked her, I said, well, what time was that? Because I wanted to know if that was about the same time I got the chills. And she's like, what the fuck do you mean? What time is that? Was that? And then she just went off on me, hung up on me. I hadn't told her the dream. I just wanted to know if it was 1:11 when I got those chills. She called me back and she apologized for hanging up on me and cussing me out. She was like, she just hurt, she just don't understand, and da 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 da. And she's like, well, why'd you ask me what time? I said, because I got these chills at work at 1:11, and I just wanted to know if it was that time. And she said, no, she died at 4:11. And immediately God, Source Universe, said, Elijah, that's the same time. Remember East Coast time and West Coast time. 4:11 there is 1:11 here. So I proceeded to tell the young lady the dream that I had, like 3 days before she passed away. Some of us, God has gifted us, and sometimes it feels like a curse, that we see things ahead of time. God tells us and shows us things before they happen. Remember an incident when I was in LA again, had a dream. This young guy that I was working with had a dream that he was hit by a bus. He was driving his motorcycle and that he was hit by a bus. 2 days later, word comes down, so-and-so was in a hospital. He was hit by a city bus on his way to work. Just a couple examples. I have a lot of examples of how God shows me things ahead of time. There's a lot of us that have that ability, that gift, that we've never made sense of. We've always thought something was wrong with us, something was weird about us. And God says, no, I trust you. That's why you have this gift. That's why you have this ability. Last week, sitting here, and I'm trying to go to sleep. And I got this overwhelming sensation that somebody that I loved, somebody that I was intimate with, was going to reach out to me and tell me that their mother passed away. A couple days ago, this young lady from California, I was madly in love with, reached out to me and told me that her mother passed away. They're doing the homegoing service. Time you guys see this, it'll be Wednesday. They're doing the homegoing service on Wednesday in California, Wednesday morning sometime in California. Miss Mary, Mama Mary, the lady that passed away, I had nothing but love for that lady. Beautiful soul. It's weird. I didn't know she was sick or anything. But she's gone. I'm saying this because life is short. Life is short. For those of you that have heard a chosen one, for those of you that have hurt somebody that God has chosen, for those of you that have hurt somebody that God has sent here to be a beacon of hope, a beacon of love, a beacon of light, This year is going to get real for you. I've been saying this since the beginning of the year. I've been telling you guys that this year is going to get real for a lot of people. This year is going to be life-changing for so many people. I don't say that to scare anybody. I'm not about that bullshit. I'm not operating on fear. I don't believe in operating on fear. We got to grow the fuck up. We got to stop wasting time and playing fucking games. We got to stop being fucking distracted with the bullshit. It's gonna be a wake-up call for a lot of people this year. A lot of people are gonna lose loved ones. People that it's gonna flip their world upside down. It's gonna be their tower moments. They're gonna lose their mind because their foundation has been rattled and shook and stripped from up underneath their feet. It is what it is. It's not to destroy you. It's to humble you. It's to sit you the fuck down. Make you take a better look at life. Another look at life, from a different perspective. And to get your shit together. Because we got to grow up. Every one of us, we have to grow up. And sometimes karma comes back as a bitch. And it fucking hurts. Man. Be careful how you treat people. Be careful who you disrespect, who you look down on, who you talk down to, who you lie on, who you mistreat. You have no idea whether God chose them or not. You have no idea whether God sent them or not. And you can't fuck with one of his and think that you could get away with it. And there's been many of you that have lied, tried to destroy somebody that you couldn't control. Somebody that didn't want you. Somebody that hurt you. And this year, you're going to have your come to Jesus moment. This year, you're going to have your reality checked. It is what it is. I love you. I thank you for rocking out with me. If you're interested in a coaching session, reach out to me at spiritualdrillinstructor@gmail.com. I love you guys. Happy healing. Peace.